Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper is one of the most iconic paintings in history. It's not just a masterpiece of art, it's a puzzle, a story, and some say a code. Today we're diving into the hidden truths and mysteries of The Last Supper. From secret messages to controversial theories, this is a journey into the genius and enigma of Leonardo da Vinci. Contrary to popular belief, The Last Supper isn't a fresco. Frescoes are painted directly onto wet plaster, which makes them incredibly durable. But Leonardo, ever the experimenter, used a dry wall technique with tempera and oil paints to give the work a unique texture. Unfortunately, his method didn't stand the test of time, and the painting began deteriorating just a few years after it was completed. What we see today is heavily restored, but the essence of Da Vinci's genius still shines through. Many assume The Last Supper is housed in a grand museum, but it's actually located on a wall in the dining hall of the convent of Santa Maria delle Grazie in Milan, Italy. Imagine eating your lunch with The Last Supper looking down on you. Talk about pressure to behave. The painting doesn't depict the actual meal of the Last Supper. Instead, Da Vinci captured the dramatic moment when Jesus tells his disciples, "One of you will betray me." This revelation causes chaos, and you can see it in the expressions and body language of the apostles. It's not a serene scene. It's a moment of emotional turbulence. If you look closely, there's an unexplained hand clutching a knife, hovering near Peter. Here's the catch. The hand doesn't belong to any of the figures in the painting. Some theorists suggest it could symbolize betrayal or violence. Others believe it's a deliberate artistic device meant to create tension. But the question remains, whose hand is it? Traditionally, religious art portrays Jesus and the apostles with halos. But in The Last Supper, there are none. Why? Some art historians believe it was Da Vinci's way of emphasizing the humanity of Jesus and his followers, making them relatable. Others think it was a subtle challenge to traditional religious iconography. Whatever the reason, this absence has fueled debates for centuries. Da Vinci's mastery of perspective is on full display in The Last Supper. All the lines in the painting lead to a single point: Jesus' head. This draws the viewer's eyes straight to the central figure, making him the undeniable focal point. It's a technique so effective that it's still studied in art schools today. One of the most controversial theories about The Last Supper is the identity of the figure seated to Jesus' right. Traditionally, this is believed to be John the Apostle, but some argue that the figure's delicate features and feminine appearance suggest it could be Mary Magdalene. This theory gained mainstream attention thanks to Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, but art historians are divided. Was Da Vinci hinting at something deeper, or is it just a coincidence? The hand gestures and placement of bread in the painting are packed with symbolism. For example, Judas's hand is reaching for the same dish as Jesus, a direct reference to the betrayal. Meanwhile, the positioning of hands and bread forms geometric patterns that some say hide messages about faith, betrayal, and redemption. Did Da Vinci hide a secret melody in The Last Supper? In 2007, an Italian musician suggested that the positioning of the bread and hands in the painting could be interpreted as musical notes. When played, they form a short composition that sounds like a requiem. Was Da Vinci blending music and art? Or is this theory just a stretch? One of Da Vinci's greatest achievements in The Last Supper is the way he captures emotion. Look at Judas, clutching his bag of silver, his face a mix of guilt and defiance. Or Peter, leaning forward with a knife, ready to defend Jesus. Every figure is reacting uniquely to the shocking news of betrayal, creating a tableau of human emotion. Some researchers believe The Last Supper is filled with hidden geometry and secret codes. For instance, the placement of the apostles forms a series of triangles and other shapes that some say hold symbolic meaning. Others point to the proportions and symmetry as evidence of Da Vinci's fascination with divine mathematics. Could this painting be more than just art? Could it be a riddle? During World War II, the convent housing the Last Supper was bombed, and much of the structure was destroyed. Miraculously, the wall with the painting survived. Was it luck, divine intervention, or something else? Whatever the reason, this masterpiece narrowly escaped obliteration. Originally, Jesus' feet were visible in the painting, but they were lost when a door was installed in the wall in the 17th century. That's right. Someone thought it was a good idea to chop through one of the greatest artworks in history to make room for a doorway. While restoration efforts have preserved much of the painting, the feet are gone forever, leaving us to wonder about their original positioning and meaning. The Last Supper isn't just a religious painting, it's also a psychological study of group dynamics. Each apostle reacts differently to the news of betrayal, showcasing Da Vinci's understanding of human behavior. From outrage to disbelief to quiet sadness, the painting feels alive with raw emotion. The Last Supper is more than just a painting. It's a masterpiece, layered with mystery, innovation, and emotion. Whether it's the hidden hand, the musical notes, or the debate over Mary Magdalene, this work continues to captivate and intrigue. Leonardo da Vinci wasn't just an artist. He was a storyteller, a scientist, and perhaps a secret keeper. What do you think? Are these mysteries intentional, or are we reading too much into a work of genius? Let us know your thoughts below.